Today is December the 13th and I have set up a new project here on my AI development server. I'm running Coolify, which is basically a framework for hosting AI project servers. I have several of them and a database here. Everything is able to talk to the other components. And this new one was deployed today. We have an AI framework, which is called N8N, and also a database. This is a Docker image. And if you don't know what N8N is, basically it's a solution where you can create so-called AI frameworks like this one. They have several versions available on GitHub, or you can use an on-premise solution and an enterprise license. So let's add a first step in our first workflow here and say we want to use a chat trigger. And when we use it, we want something to happen. For example, we want to message a model. So let's paste in the API key and the connection is working successfully. And now we can pick one of the available models here. This is an old one. Now let's ask something like, who is Olaf Scholz? That will be passed to the model. And we can drag this chat input into the prompt here. Now let's test the step and we get an answer which is not correct because Olaf Scholz is no longer the Minister of Finance. Now let's ask, who is Angela Merkel? And it knows that Angela Merkel is no longer the Chancellor of Germany. So this is not very helpful. Because when we ask something like, what is the current date? We get the answer that the AI actually has no idea. Now let's remove this model from the workflow. And this time we use a so-called AI agent. Here we can connect our AI model. This time I'm going to use OpenRouter. I also have to adjust the base URL here. And I'm going to use a different model. And now I can use one of many models with different possibilities. So let's pick this one, which can use the Perplexity AI solution for online searches. Now let's use the same question. Who is Olaf Scholz? And this time we get a much better answer. Olaf Scholz has been serving as the Chancellor of Germany since December 2021. And the output is actually formatted. Now let's ask it about the weather forecast for Wermelskirchen, which is a German village. Here is the response. And you can see Friday, December 13th, which is actually the current date. And it can get a little bit cold in Wermelskirchen. And this is a very different approach. And all we did was to exchange the model type. So just doing that can change the outcome and the quality of the reply that we get from an AI solution.